So I'm sure you've heard like your parents or other family members tell you that buying a home is always better than renting. But this actually is not the case. There are some scenarios where renting is a much better financial move than buying a home. So generally speaking, if you're not going to be able to live in the home for at least 3 or 4 years, it's much lower risk to rent. Now you could get lucky with the market and buy at the perfect time and hit it on an upswing and have a bunch of appreciation in a short time when you own the home. Another situation where you should rent instead of own is if you're not financially stable enough to be able to repair your home when something breaks or just properly maintain it in general. If you aren't able to keep up with repairs and maintenance, renting is much better because this is all somebody else's responsibility. Even if you have a bad landlord that doesn't like to fix stuff, you can always just move when the lease is up. And the third option is if you live in a market that has a crazy high price to rent ratio. This means maybe you could rent a 3-bedroom house for $2,500 a month, but to buy the same 3-bedroom house, it would cost $600,000. In this case, instead of saying you need to live in it for like 3 or 4 years to be able to break even and make some money on the purchase, you'd have to live in it for probably over a decade, maybe more, before you break even, just because you could rent something for so much cheaper than what you can buy something for. So the house payment on the house you buy is going to be crazy expensive. You're going to be paying a ton of money in interest. Chances are taxes and insurance are also high. Stay tuned for a future video where I talk about the markets that are the worst markets to buy versus rent in the United States.